Hello, I'm Sabine Roussel and I'm going to present you how the activity and consistency of a marine gastropod behavior, Aiotis tuberculata, is modified in the presence or absence of a hiding place. Aiotis tuberculata is a gastropod and one of the largest marine mollusks. It is an herbivore, feeding preferentially on a mixed algal diet. They use crevices as hiding places during the day and forage algae mainly during nighttime. Animal personalities or behavioral syndromes are present when individuals show consistent differences in behavior between situations, context, or over time. Consistency of behavior is a related concept to personality. It is often measured using repeatability estimates. Repeatability is a fraction of behavioral variation that is due to differences between individuals. A high consistency of foraging activity was found recently in abalone. However, the impact of the environment on the repeatability of a behavior is not clearly identified. Bers et al. In 2009, in their meta-analysis, found that behavior was more repeatable in the field than the laboratory. The importance of a hiding place is often underestimated in laboratory experiments. So, the objective of this experiment was to study how the presence of a hiding place affected the activity and foraging behavior of abalone, and to evaluate if individual consistency would alter in the presence or absence of a hiding place. Abalone were individually placed in aquaria containing a hiding place for half of the aquaria, and no hiding place for the other half. A phosphorescent tag was glued on the shell to be able to observe abalone behavior during nighttime. The behavior of each individual was video recording continuously 24 a day for 7 days. Number of movements, total time spent moving, number of feeding booths and total time spent feeding were calculated for each day and night period. So does the presence of a hiding place affect activity and foraging behavior? When an abalone initiated locomotor behavior, it is usually to feed during nighttime. When there was no hiding place, a large increase of the time spent moving was observed. No hiding place, hiding place. A trend for an increase of the total number of feeding booths per day was observed, probably resulting from the number of movements initiated. The absence of a hiding place strongly influenced locomotion of abalone. This might indicate a reduction of animal welfare, with stressed abalone seeking for hiding places in the aquarium, but not that there was no acclimation observed during the 7-day experiment. In addition, this increased activity might impact indirectly other variables such as basal metabolism and the energetic status. So the conclusion consisted in studying if individual consistencies alter in the presence or absence of a hiding place. Abalone were allocated in 4 different categories depending on the mobility every day and the consistency of this behavioral pattern every day. We had abalone defined as immobile, moving consistently a maximum of 1 time during the day. This behavior was observed at least 5 days out of 7. We had abalone defined as active, moving consistently between 2 and 4 times per day. And we had very active abalone moving 5 up to 16 times per day, and abalone with non-consistent locomotor behavior with no identical mobility pattern between days. When there was no hiding place, we found that more abalone had a consistently very active profile, moving a lot most of the day. This result highlights that experimental setup can impact measurements of repeatability in the laboratory. In conclusion, this experiment highlights that it is important to include a hiding place in the experimental setup if the species uses one in its ecological niche. Thank you.